Now, in the room, I met the producer was a man, Eddie, who I really love. Eddie's a great producer. And I also was talking about our camera guy, Nick. You know, he was in the room filming. And then our board op, who really can't leave the room.
Literally.
Because we have one here now, and he cannot get up and go anywhere. So, and then obviously the other two hosts.
Angela Yee addressed the comments that she made on the Tamron Hall show that pissed off DJ Envy, Erica Mena, and Lil Mama.
So I wasn't discussing, you know, and I know Charlamagne has brought up Taylor, who is a producer, who cuts audio, does all of those things, but she has a separate room where she works out of where she does that. So her responsibility is not necessarily to be in that room. Gotcha. So for the people I was talking about are the people whose job is to be in the room. And so I wasn't trying to make anybody feel away. Sydney is in here right now and she's filming this and she does digital. And so, you know, they're editing video clips, they're doing different things, they're coming up with ideas, but that's not happening in the studio.
Right.
That's happening in the area that they have allocated to them outside of the studio. So there's a lot of great women. Obviously, in that same interview, a lot of other things were said that I thought were really positive, but I don't think I've ever been or ever not said that it was challenging sometimes.
Right.
To be in the room and to be the lone woman in the room.
Yeah.
It never blew up like this before, I guess, but maybe it was the way that I said it. I'm not sure, you know, but I guess people were interpreting it to mean that I meant that there were no women working on the show, and that was not my intention.
Right.
So not to make anybody feel like, you know, because that's simply not true. I was talking about in that studio, in that room, and even Sydney would tell you, I would walk out that room and be like, I can't be in here for now. And I would even say, when I leave the show, I don't even want to talk to any guys. That's why I had lip service with all women, because I was like, oh, I can't talk to any guys for like 2 hours. And I feel like I've said that on many interviews, but somehow this turned into a lot more.
This wasn't the first time I've heard you say it. Were you surprised that it became a
thing? I was definitely surprised. But, you know, one thing I did do, and I advise this to anybody when something happens, because this has happened to me countless times, you know, just don't stay on social media, because you don't want to be sitting there clapping back at people.
Right.
A lot of people were like sending me screenshots like, look what this person said, look what this person said. I wasn't even paying attention or responding to any of that.
Right.
Because honestly, I had a great weekend.
You can go watch the full video on her channel, Way Up with Angela Yee. Okay, now that she explains it, it does make sense. She didn't actually mean she was the only woman working at the Breakfast Club. She meant she was the only one in that room. And that does make sense why she would be irritated, because that room is kind of small. I don't even think I could sit in that room for that long, like how they did, and put up with Charlamagne and DJ Envy for 4 to 5 hours a day for, shoot, 9, 10, 15 years? Nah, I couldn't do that either. That's crazy. She said she don't even want to talk to dudes anymore after she leaves the office. She must have really been trying to make this move and get her own show for a while. They actually talked about it on the Breakfast Club this morning as well. DJ Envy pretty much said the same thing that he called Cat, but he also said him and Angela Yee talked on the phone and they got everything situated. But Charlamagne surprisingly had no comment. He actually moved that conversation more towards Tamron Hall, saying that she's been messy lately. Now that Wendy Williams is done, he feels like she is trying to take the role of Wendy Williams. But that's all I got, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and do whatever you gotta do for the rest of the day.